Music is a vitally important part of any media. It has the power to move people, to stir emotions, and to change the context of a scene. This sentiment is especially noticeable in video games. Music is core to the atmosphere of a game. Without music, games feel empty, barren. They feel like something is missing. Like, take a look at these two scenes. The effects music has on these scenes is immediately noticeable. The addition of the low, rumbling bass with the eerie flute adds a deep and unsettling atmosphere to the scene. While these scenes are visually similar, the tone of one is much richer than the other. Those clips come from the game Horizon Zero Dawn, the first game in the franchise. The Horizon series has very quickly become one of my favourite pieces of media to date. Everything from the masterful building of its world to its emotional and turbulent storytelling has moved me more than any game. This game is deep at so many levels, with every single story aspect thoughtfully crafted. But today, I'm here to talk to you about the beautiful soundtrack. I fell in love with the music from these games from the moment I heard it, so much so that I spent an undisclosed amount of money buying the collector's edition vinyl soundtrack to the second installment of the game. Horizon is set in a post-apocalyptic future a millennia from now, where humanity has been forced back into its tribal and primal ways. However, remnants of the future left behind still remain in the form of robotic animals that graze the land. They range from deer and ox to ancient, monstrous dinosaurs. Horizon follows the story of Aloy, a hot-headed yet caring woman, who is a genetic clone of the scientist responsible for creating Gaia, an AI created to destroy the world. While this may seem sinister at first, the world was already doomed. An invasion of rogue, military, biofueled, self-replicating war machines had already destroyed most life on Earth. Gaia was constructed to reshape the Earth once these machines had run out of biomass to feed on. She created these machines to reforest the Earth, clean the oceans, and much more. Now, back to our hero. Her name, Aloy, represents this combination of future and past. She is an alloy of time. This theme of past and future is carried into the score of these games. Classical instruments like violins, cellos, and woodwinds form the foundation of the score, providing a sense of timelessness and emotional resonance. These instruments often underscore Aloy's humanity, creating moments of introspection during quieter sequences or emphasizing the beauty of untouched natural landscapes. For instance, the mournful strains of a solo violin can reflect the fragility of human civilization amidst the towering remnants of a lost world. In contrast, modern instruments such as synthesizers and electronic percussion give the music a somewhat futuristic and otherworldly quality. These sounds link to the game's central theme of humanity's struggle against advanced rogue technology. The pulsing rhythms and distorted synths create tension and energy during combat, reflecting the mechanical precision and power of these massive robotic creatures. The interplay between these two sonic worlds, organic and synthetic, mirrors the duality of the game's narrative, where nature and technology coexist in conflict and harmony. The score shifts dynamically with the gameplay, adapting to the world as players explore. For example, listen to this scene, how the calming, almost angelic night ambience seamlessly transforms into combat themes. The music turns darker, with a throbbing bass line and echoing synths, heightening the sense of danger and isolation in the area. Music plays an incredibly important role in conveying culture throughout the game. The score for the Banuk tribe is especially interesting. The lack of instrumentation gives the score a dry and icy tone, perfectly encapsulating the atmosphere of a tribe that has been torn apart by the frigid landscape. The introduction of inorganic and harsh synths represents the machines that are a factor in the desolation this tribe has endured. In other settlements and tribal areas, traditional instruments like flutes, hand drums, and vocal chants reflect the cultural diversity of the game's world, grounding the player in its lore. Meanwhile, the use of soundscapes further immerses players. The wind rushing through canyons or faint mechanical hums in the distance blend with the score, making every area feel alive and distinct. Horizon's score is much more than the backdrop to your adventure. It builds and molds emotional and meaningful moments in the game. It calls on the player to feel awestruck before towering mountains, fearful within shadows of ruins, or triumphant at heated battle. Through its fusion of classical and modern elements, the music becomes an integral part of the world, transforming each moment into an unforgettable part of the journey.